Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sira, and on this channel I create content to help us become our best self. The goal is to become 1% better every day. Today I will be going over 5 books that changed my life and give me a new perspective and outlook on life. Alright, let's get into it. The first category is self-discovery, and the book is Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book has a special spot in my heart. It's a book that I laugh, cry, and honestly, it was so relatable, especially in the time of my life where I was in a semi-relationship, situationship, and trying to make the decision for myself on whether or not to stay or to leave. One of the key lessons that I gathered from this book is that it's never too late to start over, that you have the power to go after the life that you want. In this book, Elizabeth Gilbert recently had gotten divorced and then found herself in another relationship, and they were just off and on and feeling dissatisfied in her life. And she took a leap of faith to go on her soul care journey to India, Bali, and Italy. And even though we may not be able to go to India, Bali, and India, gosh, I can't get the countries right, man. Okay, Italy, India, and Bali. Even though we may not have the opportunity to wake up today and go to those 3 countries, we can start our own soul care journey here right now by taking small actions towards the life that we want to live and cultivate. A quote that I love from this book is, "When I get lonely these days, I think, so be lonelyless, learn your way around loneliness, make a map of it, sit with it for once in your life. Welcome to the human experience, but never again use another person's body or emotions as a scratching post for your own unfulfilled yearnings." Honestly, this book is such a gem. Has a lot of insights, wisdom for your own self-discovery journey. So if you're someone who wants to reconnect with yourself, who has this urge to just give yourself a fresh start, this book I would totally recommend. The second category is productivity, and the book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. I picked up this book last year when I wanted to start building healthy habits. It's a book that teaches you the framework on how to build habits and to make your habits stick. One of the key lessons that I gathered from this book is that your habits can either compound to work for you or against you. And if you really want to change your habits, you have to focus on the type of person that you want to become and take small daily actions towards becoming that person. And as you take those actions, your actions will cast a vote for the person that you want to become, and your new identity will just naturally emerge. The book focuses on you taking easy and small actions towards building a habit so that you're not overwhelmed with doing too much too soon and then eventually quitting a week or 2 in. So let's say, for example, you want to build a habit of meditating for 20 minutes a day. Most times we'll become super ambitious and just go all in and start meditating for 20 minutes a day. We'll probably do that for like a week or 2, and then all of a sudden we'll stop doing it. So in the book of Atomic Habits, it recommends that rather than starting at 20 minutes, maybe start off small at 2 minutes and do that consistently for a bit, and then build yourself up to like 4 minutes, 8 minutes, 14 minutes until you build your way up to 20 minutes. That way you're training your body and your mind to develop this habit into a lifestyle rather than this thing that you're just doing and that may not stick. So start small, start easy so that it actually sticks. A quote from the book that resonates with me on this idea of starting easy and starting small is, "All big things come from small beginnings. The seed of every habit is a single tiny decision." So if you're someone who's looking to build a new habit, the book shares a framework on how to build habits based on these 4 laws of behavior change. It's make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. I definitely recommend this book if you're looking to build and develop habits that stick. The third category is spiritual, and the book is Ecclesiastes, and it can be found in the Old Testament from the Bible. The book of Ecclesiastes is one of my top 5 favorite books of the Bible. I read this back in middle or high school, and it's a book that is filled with wisdom and encouragement on how to live a good life. The key lesson that I've gathered from the book of Ecclesiastes is that there's a time and season for everything that happens in your life, and that everything that is happening in your life is happening exactly in the time that it's supposed to. You're not ahead of time and you're not behind time. You're right on time and exactly where you need to be. It's also a great book that reminds you that life is short and to make the most of your time here on earth. It's a great book that reminds you to live an intentional life and a life that pleases God. A key passage that sticks out to me in the book of Ecclesiastes is Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 1 to 11. And it says, "There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. What do workers gain from the toil? I have seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end." Such a beautiful passage that reminds us that there's a time and season for everything. So if you're someone who's been questioning the timing of your life, definitely check out the book of Ecclesiastes. It will calm you and help you really center your idea that your time will come. The fourth category is relationship with self, and the book is Single.On by John Kim. I love the book Single.On by John Kim. On a random day at Barnes & Nobles, I just picked up this book when I was on my single journey, and this book literally helped me so much in that season of my life. It helped me reconnect with myself. It helped me start to cultivate new experiences and do things that I had laid down and stopped doing for a very long time. So if you're someone who's newly single, if you're someone who's looking to connect with yourself again, heal and honestly let go of past relationship and past hurts and rebuild yourself up, I totally recommend this book for you. You will not regret it. It's such a good read. So John Kim is someone who went through his own divorce, and in the process after the divorce went on his own journey to reconnect with himself, and he shares his story and also shared a lot of life lessons along the way that can help you change your life and just change how you look at your single season and how you look at dating, love, and so forth. One of the key lessons that I gathered from this book is that to create a life that you enjoy, that does not hang on being with someone or being in a relationship. A life that is real and honest to you. A life that makes you come alive. So many of us lose ourselves in a relationship that when the relationship ends, we no longer know who we are, what we enjoy, what we want to do, and who we want to become, because our identity was heavily set on that relationship. In this book, it really helps you redefine your identity outside of a relationship, and it really instilled this idea that being single on purpose helps you, one, rediscover who you are, what you want to do, and what journey you want to take before even worrying about who is going to come into your life, who you're going to date, and what you guys are going to do together. A quote that I love from this book is, "Doing things for the outcome rather than for the joy of the process disconnects you from yourself. You start chasing, you get desperate, you forget your why. But most importantly, you don't allow yourself to be happy until you get what you want. And if that never happens, you never practice being happy. So if you're someone who's newly single or just looking to reconnect with yourself, definitely check out Single on Purpose by John King. The fifth category is personal growth, and the book is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. When I read The 4 Agreements, I was mind blown. It's such a great book. It's simple yet profound. It's one of my first personal development book that I've ever read when I started my personal development journey. So if you're on that journey to like grow and become your best self, I would totally recommend you checking out this book. This book is full of insights and wisdom that can truly transform your life, transform your mindset. It's a book that has helped me change my thought patterns from negative to positive. It's a book that also has helped me let go of limiting beliefs, and also helped me not focus so much on what people say or do, because they're doing things based on their viewpoints and perspective. The 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your words, do not take anything personally, do not make assumptions, and always try your best. I love all the agreements, but my favorite of them all is do not take anything personally. Growing up, I've always had a hard time taking things personally. I always feel like when someone does something, it reflects on me, on my character, and I take it personally and get easily offended. But this agreement really helps you see that everyone's actions and things that they do, don't take it personally, because everyone lives in their own reality, choosing to do what works for them based on their own belief system. So sometimes when someone said this or do things to you that may feel negative or even positive, it's not a direct reflection of you, but a direct reflection of their inner world. So from the 4 agreements that sums up this agreement is: nothing other people do is because of you. It's because of themselves. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind, and they are in a completely different world from the one we live in. When we take something personally, we make the assumption that they know what is in our world, and we try to impose our world on their world. Honestly, this book, like I said, has a lot of joy and great wisdom. So if you're someone who is just starting your personal growth and development journey, definitely check it out. So question of the day: what are the top 5 books that have changed your life? Share in the comments so we can learn from one another. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next week.